Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate and Hungary sign agreement on the avoiding double taxation and preventing tax evasion. The 8th Muscat International Oncology Conference covers several topics and the most common cancers in the Sultanate. And $6 billion is the volume of annual trade exchange between the Sultanate and South Korea. Good evening once again. Those were the headlines, and now here are the details live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency President Charles Angelo Savarin of the Commonwealth of Dominica on his country's independence anniversary. His Majesty the Sultan also sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency President Juan Carlos Varela of Panama on his country's National Day. The government of the Sultanate and the government of Hungary signed an agreement of avoiding double taxation and preventing tax evasion at the Ministry of Finance. On behalf of the Sultanate's government, it was signed by His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail al-Balushi, Minister responsible for financial affairs, and for the Hungarian side by His Excellency Ferenc Csilang, its non-resident ambassador accredited to the Sultanate. The minister highlighted that the agreement is meant for organizing the imposition of Omani and Hungarian tax for individuals, companies residing in both countries, as well as legalization and legal atmosphere suitable for enhancing economic trade and investment relations between the Sultanate and Hungary and increasing of trade exchange between both countries. Following up implementation of the decisions related to the joint work among GCC countries top discussions at the 16th Gulf Ministerial Committee meeting. The meeting was held at the headquarters of the Secretariat General of the Council in Riyadh today, with the participation of His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The 8th Muscat International Oncology Conference began in Muscat today under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Saidi, Minister of Health. The two-day conference is hosted by the National Oncology Center in the Royal Hospital. This year, it gathered around 350 delegates from the Sultanate, Italy, India, United Arab Emirates, Albania, Qatar, and Bahrain. The conference covered several topics, especially the most common cancers in the Sultanate, such as breast cancer, as well as the gastrointestinal malignancies. It also discussed the supportive care, medical radiation, physics, and nursing oncology. Dr. Basim Al-Bahrani, Director of National Oncology Center and Chairman of the Organizing Committee, pointed out that the National Oncology Center is now entering its 14th year of activities and offers comprehensive oncology services with fully established departments of radiation oncology, medical oncology, and inputs from surgery and surgical specialty divisions. The second day of the conference will discuss various issues including immunotherapy, lung cancer, radiotherapy, and general oncology.
There will be only 2 people.
Low salaries of teachers in most private schools do not attract them to join these schools. This was revealed in a meeting that included the Ministry of Education and private schools owners. The meeting also discussed the differences in students' grade levels among private schools. The ministry also pointed out that the new regulations for private schools will be approved very soon. A number of topics were also discussed in the meeting, like some incidents that took place in some private schools, such as sexual harassment, use of drugs and tobacco, and bullying cases. The meeting also stressed that some private schools are committed to quality standards. The ministry affirmed during the meeting that it is waiting for the final report from the security bodies on the death incidents of the child, Usama, who died as a result of being left for a long time in the school bus. The Oman Maritime Transport Company obtained the award of Best Maritime Company 2016 in the Middle East and Africa. It was handed over during the Sea Trade Maritime Awards ceremony held in Dubai. This award marks the progress the company has achieved in the field of maritime transport since its establishment in 2003 and highlights its concentration on attracting skilled manpower and developing Omani cadres. It is considered one of the prestigious awards in the maritime sector, which has developed to include Middle East, Africa and Asia. His Excellency Kang Do-hoo, ambassador for South Korea, accredited to the Sultanate, said that the volume of annual trade exchange between the Sultanate and South Korea reached $6 billion. He also added,
economically, we have a lot of things to do in the future. Now, starting the petrochemical, water and electricity, and transportation. But now we are moving to another new horizon of cooperation, like ICT, health, or education, SMEs, a lot of things. This is our for the shared future.
An official source at the Ministry of Health stated that no cholera cases has been recorded in the Sultanate. The Minister of Health is fully ready, prepared and respond for any imported cases of cholera. The readiness degree of all health institutions has been increased by upgrading the vigilance and alert of the medical staff to diagnose such cases, as well as raising the readiness of diagnostic laboratories, communication and education plans. A team from the Directorate General of Diseases Surveillance and Control visited the Governorate of the FAR to review the readiness of the health services at the Governorate, including the entry ports, land, sea and air, to deal with cholera disease. The meeting addressed the cholera disease, the possibility to enter the Sultanate and the ways of dealing with it, as well as emphasizing the importance to apply the national policies followed in this regard, including referring and treating cases. The ministry sent circular to the health institutions in order to raise the vigilance and suspicious degree of cases that matching definition of the disease, laboratory test and treatment. The Ministry of Health calls upon all citizens and residents to adhere to the public and personal hygiene and follow the personal protection means, including hand hygiene. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Saidi, Minister of Health, said that cooperation between the Ministry of Health and private sector is existing in various fields. He described the private sector as a partner in rendering health services in the Sultanate. With the participation of medical cadres, the Sultanate joined world countries in celebrating the World Breastfeeding Week. The Ministry of Health, represented in the Nutrition Department, organized a workshop on this occasion calling to boost breastfeeding and improve the child health, as it is the best way of providing infants with the nutritional elements they need. World Breastfeeding Week is celebrated every year in order to increase the level of natural feeding and cooperate with activists in the field of the care and protection of breastfeeding. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. Al-Ashkhara Economic Seminar discusses investment opportunities in the Niyaba of Al-Ashkhara. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Reviewing a number of matters of common concern and cooperation aspects that serve both countries topped the discussions of His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Saud bin Harb al-Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defence Affairs, when he received His Excellency M.K. Pathamanathan, Ambassador of Sri Lanka, accredited to the Sultanate. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and focused on the bilateral relations between both countries. The national manpower in the age category 30 to 34 years in the private sector reached 23% according to statistics of the Ministry of Manpower. This category is the biggest of national manpower in the private sector. The statistics showed that the number of males were bigger than females employed in the private sector, as they amounted to more than 171,000 males by the end of last September, whereas the number of females reached 56,000. The Ministry of Manpower is seeking to develop work mechanisms and upgrade the performance of national manpower in the private sector. As to meet quality and safety standards, the Public Authority for Consumer Protection, in cooperation with the car agency, is recalling a number of vehicles as precautionary measures to detect technical defects in them. Many accidents have occurred as a result of technical defects in cars. The authority has recalled 500,000 vehicles since its establishment in 2011 till the middle of this year. These recalls came to conduct improvements and precautionary check in cooperation with car agencies. The Ministry of Tourism signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the Oman Liquefied Natural Gas Company, or LNG, and the Spanish Cultural Center. It included the training of 30 tours guides and job seekers to learn the basics and skills of Spanish and Italian language in the first stage. This Memorandum of Understanding came within the social responsibility programs of LNG, which contributes in serving the society in the Sultanate, in addition to stress on the partnership and cooperation between the public and private sectors, as well as the development of human resources working in this field. Approving election centers at the Sultanate's embassies in the GCC countries in the Sultanate Trade Office in Dubai was the most prominent results of the main committee meeting of municipal council elections for the second term. The committee reviewed during the meeting the candidacy applications of the municipal council membership, as well as the primary list of voters in preparation for their announcement. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Engineer Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi and the Secretary of the Ministry of Interior. The Board of Directors of Public Authority for Craft Industries held its second meeting of the year. A number of decisions regarding craftsworks performance and development programs to improve this sector were approved. The meeting also discussed the approximate budget of the authority for the year 2017, as well as the work progress in a number of projects and initiatives that were achieved in the last period. The Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized Al-Ashkhara Economic Seminar in the Governorate of South Al-Sharqiyya. It came to introduce the potentials enjoyed by Niyabat of Al-Ashkhara, as well as investment opportunities and government support. The seminar focused on various topics, namely the project of development of a beach in the area, in addition to providing the opportunity for local and foreign investments in the area, which will enhance the tourism, economic and commercial movement in the area. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the most of the governorates, with the chances of low clouds over Governorate of Musandam and North Al-Batina. Low clouds and fog early morning and late at night are expected on the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea. Winds will be northeasterly light to moderate on the coastal areas of the Arabian Sea, while on the rest of the coast it will be southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. And here are the details. is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate and Hungary sign agreement on avoiding double taxation and preventing tax evasion. The 8th Muscat International Oncology Conference covers several topics and the most common cancers in the Sultanate. And $6 billion is the volume of annual trade exchange between the Sultanate and South Korea. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From the entire news team here in the studio and myself, we thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and good night.